Hello again, folks. Horace Leaving, under the theme, What Jamaicans Want. I'm talking today about national heroes. Bob, Robert Nesta Marley, and Miss Louise Bennett Coverley. National Heroes Day on October the 21st revives the call for them to be declared national heroes. The opposed position of Prime Minister Holness is that they should be declared national icons. He has set in motion, he says, a legal team to prepare the legislation for the new order of national icon. Matter done, he says. Further discussion, in other words, is pointless. The critics are not to be silenced, however. Professor Rupert Lewis, Professor Emeritus of the University of the West Indies, and Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, storyteller of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, have articulated some of the main points stirring the dissatisfaction widely felt with the PM's decision. Blackwood Meeks' commentary on the PM's decision is, quote, that you can't make me something I already am. The Jamaican people are not equivocating about whether Bob and Miss Lou are national icons, national treasures. They are national icons who are loved and embraced by a wide cross-section of the society. The new national honor is, quote, redundant. Lewis makes the irrefutable point that Miss Lou and Bob decisively helped create a national identity. In this way, playing a foundation role in Jamaica's independence. Cultural identity, he argues forcefully, has been the basis for Jamaica's independence. Not the Constitution, not political activists, but the contribution from the grassroots, like Bob Marley, establishing both an identity and a global presence. Bob is considered one of the pioneers of reggae, of global music today. His songs of resistance to oppression, of equality and justice, welded with individual initiative and universal love, have stirred deep chords both at home and in many peoples around the world. They vividly mark out and are accepted as what Jamaica irrepressibly stands for. Miss Lou was another from the grassroots. Her advocacy of the Jamaican language, its Creole, gave people, Lewis argues, self-respect, that there was nothing wrong with how they spoke. That language was in the colonial period derided and looked down on by everybody. Currently, it is still rejected by influential sectors of the population. Miss Lou was the first champion, he points out, the initiator of what we know presently as bilingualism. A source of the difficulty in accepting the hero status of Bob and Miss Lou, as Blackwood Meeks points out, is the fact that the country has never been educated about the criteria for national hero. Only then can we say if those criteria, she argues, are old-fashioned or need to be added to adjust things. Our heroes have each contributed to a different aspect of nation building. Contemporary Jamaica's identity is found on the achievements in sports and culture. End of quote. The contribution of Marcus Garvey, let me add, Jamaica's first national hero, definitively was in culture. This was for Jamaicans in its historical and most fundamental aspect, their African heritage. Rastafarians were the first to strongly recognize and acknowledge this, carrying it forward in their own distinctive way. This was even before national independence was on the table. Miss Lou and Bob, many now declare, have since brought forward other fresh dimensions of this black African culture, unfolding its richness to match the growth of the social and economic dimensions of the nation. It is true that the committee established by former Prime Minister Bruce Golding under the chairmanship of Professor Rex Nettleford, now deceased, a man I deeply respect for his vision, came up with the attractive idea of an Order of Jamaican Heritage and recommended it for Bob and Miss Lou in place of National Hero. Is it this that Prime Minister Holness is trying belatedly to copy with his Order of National Icon? The Nettlefoot proposal was made, however, we should note, in 2008. The nation and the world have moved forward since. It is now 2024, and the stature of Miss Lou and Bob has grown. With the worldwide One Love album, and at home the deeper appreciation of the need for bilingualism, recognition of the national and international value of their contributions has greatly increased. Their status as national heroes, shaping Jamaica's present identity, deserves now to be acknowledged and affirmed. Let me have your reactions now. Send them in, please. You like it, you don't?